All right, Kombat Konvo, you know what it is, man. We back. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the page. So today we're going to watch a little video of Timothy Bradley talking about Canelo Alvarez. And yeah, we'll be back. All right, yeah, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the page. You know, that good stuff. So, all right, let's go. See what Timothy got to say about Canelo.
Right here with two-time Hall of Famer now, I feel like. I don't know, maybe I'm missing one, but three-time. See? Yeah. But, man, Hall of Famer this year, man, Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. You're getting the love from the fans. I see you getting the love from the fans, man. Just what's it feel like to see the appreciation of all your hard work over all those years?
You know, just thinking back in my career, man, and you know, dealing with the critics, this is where the critics really matter, because the critics are the ones that have put you in the Hall of Fame. So as much as fighters hate critics, you're not supposed to pay attention to them. I get it during your career, but when it really matters, it's afterwards. Because those critics are the same ones going to be voting you in that Hall of Fame, and what you've done throughout your career and what you've shown. Not on a personal level with them, you know. Like some fighters don't take interviews with certain guys. I think that's a mistake. I think you should take an interview, especially with your hater, you know, because it's only going to grow your celebrity. So I would say...
yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know, but I got a lot of issues with Timothy Bradley. A whole lot of issues with him. A lot of issues. Sometimes he be saying some of the wildest stuff, and he be so wrong on so much. You know what I'm saying? He was a good fighter, but sometimes he just be saying so much on so wrong. I'm like, all right, man. So let's go.
You know, I'm honored to be a part of this, as always. Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. It's just another chapter, another notch in my book, man. You know, from all the hard work and dedication I put in over the years. So
incredible accomplishments, sir. You know, you gave the fans a lot of great fights. I remember, just speaking of what you just said about the critics, I remember you telling me after you and Ryan had kind of gone back and forth, and I asked you if you were kind of one of those guys that paid attention, and you were like, I sure was. You know, like Dan Rafael told you to turn over on the punches, you started doing it, and like you said, here's the payoff of all that hard work.
Yeah, fighters, the reason why the fighters we get upset is because we sacrifice so much. We not like every other sport. You know, we have to be as perfect as we possibly can every time we step foot in that ring, because you're only as good as your last fight. We can't.
That's another thing I disagree with. You only as good as your last fight. So you basically saying that Muhammad Ali is trash because his last fight wasn't good. So I hate when people use that phrase. Well, you only as good as your last fight. Like, okay. So all the legends that you call legends, they're only as good as their last fight. So their last fight, they lost or they got knocked out or whatever. So they're trash now because you're only as good as your last fight. Like, well, I just don't agree with that.
Well, we know we know who went through that stint already. Like, there's a few fighters that went through that, you know, and some of them wasn't even able to bounce back after that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I hear you.
And I'm here to stay for a long time.
Yes, sir. Hall of Fame, obviously. Speaking, you know, you mentioned some guys maybe don't look dominant or don't look great, and all of a sudden, you know, it's all downhill. I wouldn't say all that about Terrance Crawford's performance, but he did have a close fight, right, at a new weight class, adjusted himself his weight, just, well, you know, won the fight, you know, a very difficult fight, a fight that, you know, against Israel Matrimov, who is more difficult than people know. Just what was your assessment of Terrance's performance?
He's great. He's great. Crawford's my friend, but you know I'm honest with it. You know, I was the one that criticized that the fight wasn't selling, wasn't doing too hot. Like, it's a fact. It wasn't the fact I was throwing shade on Crawford. That's just what it is. I was asked a question about, is he the next Sugar Ray Leonard? No, he's not. But he's a tremendous fighter. He's a phenomenal fighter, man.
Okay, so let's break it down, right? I also hate when boxers do that, right? He says he's the next Sugar Ray Leonard. I believe Sugar Ray Leonard lost, 3 times. I believe he lost 3 times. I'm not sure. Crawford hasn't lost not one fight. Now, we could all say, well, the reason why is because the fighters back then were better, right? People could say that, whatever, but that doesn't make it true. It doesn't make it true. You know what I'm saying? The boxing back then may have been a little bit different. Well, you can't say, oh, these fighters are better than these fighters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, then you can't say that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is the greatest boxer of all time. He's from this time. He's not from the past. You know what I'm saying? So when boxers say stuff like that, is he the next Sugar Ray Leonard? My thing is, okay, you don't really know if he's the next Sugar Ray Leonard. There was like four guys that Sugar Ray Leonard fought that were really good. It's the same thing with Terrance Crawford. There were I believe it was 3 or 4 guys in that weight class that he fought. That was Tommy Hearns. That was Hands of Stone, Roberto Duran. And that was Hagler. Those are the guys he fought. And I believe he fought somebody else. But those 3 guys are the ones that stood out. You know what I'm saying? So for you to say that, I'm not saying that Terrance Crawford is better than Sugar Ray Leonard. But for me, it's a conversation to have because he is one of the greatest in the world. And he hasn't lost a fight. So I don't know what we're doing here. So let's keep it going.
And you know, if you really pay attention, man, the guy doesn't get enough credit. You know, a lot of people always talk about his resume and what he hasn't done. Like, well, he's had his opportunities and he seized the moment. This was another opportunity for him, and he passed with flying.
You just basically just debunked your own argument. You said he's not the next Sugar Ray Leonard, and then you proceed by saying he doesn't get enough credit. People were trying to give him credit by saying he's the next Sugar Ray Leonard, but you shoot it down. Now you're trying to act as if like, well, he doesn't get enough credit. So he don't get that much credit. He can't get enough credit to be as good as Sugar Ray Leonard. He could get enough, but just not that much. Like, come on, bro. That's why I say I have a problem with this dude. Because he always talking out both sides of his neck. He always does this all the time.
Colors. Fight or not, close or not, he won the fight. You know, almost don't count. I tell people, I almost don't count. He almost lost to, you know, Madrimov. Oh, he got touched up. Wait, isn't this boxing?
This is another problem I had with people like him. Almost doesn't count. Yes, it does. You literally just said, you're only as good as your last fight. So if you almost lost in that fight, then you're not that good. That's what you're arguing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But I'm trying to find where he said this about Canelo, and then we can actually end the video. So
don't you want to see 2 guys get hit? He got hit. You complain about a fighter not getting hit in the Shakur Stevenson. Well, Crawford got hit, and he took Madrimov's best shot. So, like, what do we want, people? Like, come on. Like, what do we want? You want him to be perfect? You want him to not get hit? Like, yo, he took some shots. Yes. A guy that was extremely talented, as you can see. However, I still thought he did a fantastic job. I thought that being out of the ring for a very long time, for over a year, being almost 37 years old, he'll be 37 in September. Dude, going up his 4th weight division, didn't Floyd Mayweather struggle against Castillo when he went up from 130 to 135 in his first fight up? Didn't he struggle? Yeah. He still got the dub twice, right? Twice. You know, I mean, there's a lot of examples of out there where guys go up in weight and it becomes a little bit more difficult because they're pushing their limits. That's part of being pound for pound. So Crawford's a natural 135-pounder. This guy is a natural middleweight. But he didn't behave at 154. Then he's going to be in the number 1 spot for sure. But to me, Crawford is the best fighter in the world, skill-wise. It's crazy because I was sitting here, right? I'm looking at this amateur boxing. I'm here at this event. And you want to know how big, regardless of how big Crawford, we say Crawford isn't, or this or that crossover star or whatever. Dude, he has changed the game of boxing. Bro, he has a generation that is coming up that want to be him. That's different. It's getting away from that Floyd Mayweather era. It's the book.
Man, I'm gonna stop this. I thought he was gonna talk about Canelo. This is what it said in the title, but obviously he's not. So
yeah, it's clickbait. Clickbait.
Yeah, so whatever. Yeah, Crawford is good, but he's not better than Canelo. He could just stop that right there. Like, I don't know why he would even make that statement. Like, he say, oh, he's the best fighter in the world skill wise. Bro, you don't, first of all, there's so many fighters, and there's so many fighters that would destroy him skill wise. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Terrance Crawford, but my thing is, like, don't act like there's no Tank Davis there. Don't act like there's no Canelo. Don't act like there's no Bivol. Don't act like there's no Benavidez. Don't act like there's no all these fighters. Like, come on, bro. You gotta be serious here. So,
yeah, how old is this video?
oh, it's only 1 day old. Is it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Terrence
Okay, so
Crawford.
this is recent.
Yeah, Crawford just fought. Like, this is
No, I know the
No,
Crawford just fought. I'm talking about the video.
The video was put up, but doesn't mean that it was just recorded. It was just put up yesterday. So,
Okay.
but you got anything to say before we get out of here?
Nah, I said basically what I wanted to say earlier.
All right, man. All right, Kombat Konvo. We out of here. See y'all. Peace.